Hey guys, it's Hubbard. Just wanted to give you an update. I am no longer training with G&P Trucking. My training is up. I guess that makes me a trucker now. So that's the deal. I start Monday. I get my own truck. I'll be running out of the Charlotte terminal for now and trying to get my ducks in a row. Biggest thing is getting everything in the truck that I need. Well, I'm putting everything in the truck that I think I need, which will probably be 3 times as much as what I actually need. But that's normal for me. Probably normal for most people starting out. Anyway, recap of this week. This week I had to go down to Greer, South Carolina and ride with another trainer. Now, of course, before, when I found out that I had to do this, I was a little stressed over it. Just, you know, a new trainer, do you get along? Is he a nice guy? Does he smell? You know, things like that. You know, it's just the stress of the unknown, I guess. But it was actually another wonderful experience. I am truly blessed, and went down for 3 days. I wish I could be with this guy a little bit longer because he had a lot to offer. But anyway, went down Monday and hooked up with him. Got in the truck from Greer, South Carolina, and he runs dedicated down there as opposed to dedicated that I was running with my buddy Sean up here. So we ran, actually it was much harder driving and his schedule was about opposite of what I was used to with Sean. So it was again me diving into sleep deprivation and the stress that comes along with that, and driving more and driving in harder situations. So we actually went to the same place all 3 days that I was with him. However, we went different ways for different reasons. But we went down 85 to Atlanta, got on 285 going around Atlanta, and they got on 75 heading north into Tennessee, and then had to go through Chattanooga up to the location where we were getting loaded. Also, what was quite different was with Sean, everything was drop and hook, and all of these were live loads. So I could probably do a 30-minute, 40-minute video on this in just 3 days that we had, but it was everybody knows Atlanta, or most people do. Big city, you can imagine the tight traffic, the multiple lanes, people flying like crazy, being aggressive like crazy, and situations quite different than what I was running with Sean, which was through North Carolina, which was moderate traffic and okay traffic, but nothing major compared to this. And of course, the time frame's quite different. We were running starting mid-morning into early morning, finishing at 1, 2, 3 o'clock, that kind of thing. So it was great. I gotta say that the trainer, and I didn't ask him for permission, so I won't give his name, but older guy, older than Sean. He's more my speed. Sean was much younger than me, but this guy was, you know, about my age, a little bit older maybe, but a lot of experience, 20 years plus experience, I think, trucking. And so his mentality in training was different. Not wrong or right, I'm not comparing the two in that way, because I've learned a great deal from both, and just like I said before, blessed to have that opportunity. But a different perspective, both age, experience, mentality, things of that nature. So it was wonderful. 3 days. It was hard 3 days for me. But it was good. Well worth it. Got to drive a newer truck, which was nice. It was a 2012, I think, Freightliner. So, learning it, and a lot of traffic, a lot of downshifting, upshifting in traffic, snail's pace traffic. So my problem in school and up till now with shifting was in the lower range gears and downshifting, fourth, fifth, third, in that range when you're almost just creeping and getting it in gear. So got a lot of practice there. A lot of practice with more stressful situations in traffic. Multiple lanes, crazy people. And I'm not talking about four-wheelers. I'm talking about crazy 18-wheelers. 2 possible accidents I could have been in were where another truck just pulled into my lane and just made it, they almost hit me, and then they realized what they were doing and they jerked the other direction and could have caused a wreck the other way. I held it in my lane. These guys weren't. They were, I don't know if they were texting, falling asleep. I think one of them, I think, was on his phone. But it just makes you more aware that you have to watch not just what's in front of you, but what's beside you and behind you. Because behind you and beside you, there's a gray area there where they're both. And that's where both of these possible accidents could have happened. And really nothing I could have done to prevent it. So, I was in my lane, holding my speed, had people on my left and these guys on the right, and they moved into my lane for whatever reason. Could have caused a problem. So, much more stressful 3 days than I've had previously because of things like that, and because of the time difference. But that's good for me. That was, I sat there with my trainer and I went, this was the hardest day, the most stressful day, and listing a bunch of negatives, and then said it's exactly what I needed. I needed to be put in those positions because if that's what you have to handle. You have to handle the hardest situation you can be in and be comfortable with that. And it's nobody's fault. I just hadn't been in real tough situations. So I feel much better about that, and thank the good Lord above that made it out safely. I say that in my prayers every night. I'm thankful for that every night because there's a lot that can happen. But it was great 3 days. I only spent 3 days with the guy because it was Thanksgiving and he was off Thursday and Friday. So it was a short week. Like Sean, he said, I'm ready to go. So I'm grateful for the 3 days. The other thing is, through this process, and I think this is important, is not only am I being put in with different people and learning different things and growing in that way, but I'm making friends. And that's what it's all about. Only 3 days with this guy, and I feel a pretty good bond with him. Very supportive, very information oriented, very helpful, very honest, and a lot of experience in the industry. And I feel like after 3 days with this guy that I could call him, text him, whatever, and he'd be there to help me in a heartbeat. And I don't know if he'll ever watch these. He knows I do videos, but he'll have to find me or ask me about it to find me. But I'll say this to him in case he does. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It was great, and I value the time that I had with you and the friendship moving forward. And I will be calling you, asking you questions when I'm stuck, as I will Sean. So now I'm blessed with not having one trainer but two trainers, and now I have two more resources for information and help when and if I need it. So, well, there's no doubt that I will. So you can X out the if. So it was a great 3 days. Got that done. All my training's done now. Got my truck number, so I know where my truck is. It's being cleaned up and made ready for me, hopefully. And I will start on Monday. So I will go to Charlotte and get my own truck. I plan on tomorrow, if possible, maybe Sunday at the latest, but get down there and get my stuff in the truck and get it set up and get all ready, so I don't have to do that at the last minute or while I'm on the road. I don't want to just throw my stuff in there and hit the road and then have to get everything organized while I'm out. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. I'm waiting to hear. I got my dispatcher. He asked me how I like to run, whether I had a family or not, blah, blah, blah. And told him, yeah, I do have a family. I've got 2 kids and would, of course, love to be home every weekend. That's my goal, is to get to that point. But I understand that's not always the case and always possible, and I'm aware of that. So he gracefully said, that his plan and what he does is, if he has to keep you out on a weekend, is to let you know that as soon as he possibly can, so that you can notify the family and you can make plans and whatnot. And if I have to stay out over the weekend, that his plan is to get me on the next weekend, so you're not out 2 weekends in a row, which is nice. So I think that's going to go well. I hope. I know how stressful it is, just like wondering about going with a trainer, wondering about going with a dispatcher. Dispatcher controls your destiny in terms of where you go and when you go. So, and it's not always in their hands. So it's, they're making business decisions, which you have to understand as well. So, and I do. So we'll deal with it as it comes up and make the best of it when it's not exactly what we want. But we've gone shopping today. I'm trying to get all my electronics in order today because I need my electronics. I like my electronics. So I'm getting a Sirius radio. I've gotten a flat screen TV and a Blu-ray DVD player, things of that nature. Making sure I got all my cords and my cables and my computers and whatnot. And we'll stock up on the food that we need and our clothes and all of the things that we need, so we can live on the road as comfortably as possible. So, great week. I'm done training. I'm going to work on Monday, make some better money than as a trainee, and feel, as y'all have heard me say, I evaluate each stage after the fact. Am I happier, more excited than I was going into that phase? Once again, I have to say I am. I've been blessed with 2 great trainers, and the people that I've come in contact with have been wonderful. The recruiter that came to our school, and I met the other recruiter there at GMP this week. She was in Greer, and she helped me get set up with my getting contact with dispatch and the people there getting me my truck and getting me set up. So that's been wonderful. Also, if you remember one of my past videos from orientation, when I had my black hat on and said I'd like a khaki hat, looky what I got. A little blurry. There you go. Got me a khaki GMP hat. So that's wonderful, and I'd like to say thank you to those who sent that to me. I got that in the mail this week, and it was when I got home. I found that on my counter when I got home. So that was a surprise and greatly appreciated. And it's a nice hat. It's a Nike hat. See, it's a Nike hat. And it's, it's a nice hat. I'm a hat guy and I like my hats. This is a good hat. Good quality hat. So very happy. So next week we'll hit the road. We'll load up and get going. Again, very pleased with the company. Very pleased with what I've seen. Not worried about how new my truck is. I want it to run well. I don't want to have problems with it, and I want it to be clean and comfortable and those things, as anybody would. However, I'm confident that it'll be a good truck, no matter how old it is. And just really excited to get started. Very nervous, got to tell you. I'm 45 years old, done a lot of things, and intellectually this isn't rocket science, but you just don't want to make a fool out of yourself, even in front of total strangers. So I want to make sure that I handle myself well on the road and in the parking lots and at the customers and the backing and even at the truck stops. You want to be proficient at what you're doing and not be considered a rookie, even though you are one. So hopefully I'll do my best, and the best will be fine enough, as it usually is, and it's always before. The worry before is never as bad as the actual process itself. So very excited, concerned, want to work hard, get to the point where I have options, and that's the key, is having options. But got a lot of good support around me. I'm blessed with family and friends and now peers in this business that I've come in contact with, who are willing and able and knowledgeable to help me, support me, guide me, and all those things. So I'm very excited and ready to go. So I wanted to do this quick update, as quick as I possibly can with how much I talk, but hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving and are grateful and thankful for the blessings that you have, as I am. So my prayer is that you have continued blessings and that you have a great weekend, long weekend. Enjoy it with your family and appreciate those things. And I'll finish with saying one more time thank you to Sean, my first trainer, and those involved in that segment of the business, because even though I don't know them, talk to them, they are a part of him helping me. And for my new trainer, who again I won't mention his name because I didn't ask permission to, but thank him and those involved down there. Really pleased, really happy, really excited. So anyway, have a great rest of the weekend. I'm going for turkey dinner number 2 in a few minutes with my in-laws, and then back for some more football. So have a great weekend. Y'all be safe, and we will talk to you soon.